Dear children, welcome to our next topic, pisciculture or fish culture. Fish farming or pisciculture involves raising fish commercially in tanks or enclosures such as fish ponds, usually for food. It is the principal form of aquaculture, while other methods may fall under mariculture or marine culture. A facility that releases juvenile fish into the wild for recreational fishing or supplement a species. Natural numbers is generally referred to as a fish hatchery. Worldwide, the most important fish species produced in fish farming are carp, tilapia, salmon, and catfish. Demand is increasing for fish and fish protein, which has resulted in widespread overfishing in wild fisheries. As of 2016, more than 50% of seafood was produced by aquaculture. Pisciculture or fish culture is the process of breeding and rearing of fishes in ponds, reservoirs, dams, lakes, rivers, and paddy fields. Here, the breeding process as well as the rearing of fishes has been under a controlled environment. It has been maintained in ponds, reservoirs, lakes, rivers, and paddy fields. It is the farming of economically important fishes under controlled conditions. Through this process, economically important fishes has been breeded and reared in high quantity under controlled conditions for food requirement. Next, we are going to discuss about the types of fish culture. First one is we are going to discuss about the extensive fish culture. Culture of fishes in large with low stocking density and natural feeding. This is the extensive fish culture method. Here it occupies a large areas with low stocking density. The number of fishes in that particular area, that large area, is very less, and the method of feeding will be natural. Intensive fish culture is the next method of fish culture. The culture of fishes in small areas with high stocking density and providing artificial feed to increase production. This intensive fish culture is under the very established controlled environment. Here the area is very small and the number of fishes in that small area will be very high, and the food has been provided artificially to increase the production. So when compared to extensive fish culture, the production will be very high in intensive fish culture. Then monoculture. It is the culture of single type of fish in a water body. It is also called monospecies culture. Here the particular type of species has been cultured in a specific area under controlled environment. The food supplements are provided artificially. Polyculture is the another method of fish culture. It is the culture of more than one type of fish in a water body. It is also called composite fish culture. In this method, different species has been cultivated combinedly in a pond or lake. This method is known as polyculture. Then integrated fish farming. It is the culture of fishes along with agricultural crops or animal husbandry farming. It includes rearing of fish along with paddy, poultry, cattle, pig, and ducks. The main advantage of this process is the feed for fishes has been ensured by the animal husbandry farming. The wastes of animals has been used as feed by the fishes which are cultivated in this method. Next we are going to discuss about types of ponds for fish culture. The fish farm requires different types of pond for various developmental stages of fish growth. The different developmental stages of fishes require different type of ponds for their potential growth. They are given below. First one is breeding pond. In this breeding pond, healthy and sexually mature male and female fishes are collected and introduced in this pond for breeding. Here, the mature male and female fishes are collected and introduced for breeding. The eggs released by the female are fertilized by the sperm, and fertilized eggs float in the water as frothy mass. So, during this breeding, the eggs are released by the female fish, and the released eggs has been fertilized by the sperm which is produced by the male fishes, and the fertilized eggs will float in the form of frothy mass. Then the next type is hatching pits. The fertilized eggs are collected and transferred to hatching pits or hatching habs for hatching. The hatching process will be carried out in the hatching pits only. Then nursery ponds. The hatchlings, the newly raised hatchlings are transferred from hatching pits after 2 to 7 days of their hatch. The hatchlings grow into fry and are cultured in these ponds about 60 days with proper feeding till they reach 2 to 2.5 cm in length. The entire process has been monitored in these ponds. The matured of 2 to 7 days will transferred to nursery ponds, and it has been kept in this nursery pond about 60 days till they reach the length of 2 to 2.5 centimeters. After they reach the 2 to 2.5 centimeters length, they has been transferred from nursery ponds to rearing ponds. The rearing ponds are used to culture the fry. The fish fry are transferred from nursery pond to rearing ponds and are maintained for about 3 months. Usually, they are maintained 60 days in nursery ponds. After the completion of 60 days, they have been maintained 3 months, that is 90 days in rearing ponds till they reach 10 to 15 centimeter in length. In these rearing ponds, the fry develops into fingerlings. Here we are calling this fishes as fingerlings. They are in the length of nearly the length of our finger. Then stocking pond. The stocking pond is also called as culture pond or production pond. These ponds are used to rear fingerlings up to the marketable size. So after the completion of that 90 days in rearing pond, it has been transferred to stocking ponds. So in that stocking pond, the fishes has been kept up to they reach their marketable size. Then come to cultivable food fishes. There are two types of cultivable food fishes. First one is freshwater cultivable fishes and marine water cultivable fishes. In freshwater cultivable fishes, Indian major carps, which is known as kendai, that is katla, rohu, mrigal, catfish, which is known as keliti, murals, which is known as viral, and tilapia. It is familiarly known as jalebi kendai. These are cultured in fresh water. Regarding marine water cultivable fishes, the sea bass, which is known as koduva, the grey mullet, which is known as madavai, and chanos, that is milkfish. These are the fishes cultured in marine water. Nutritional value of fishes. The fishes consist of high amount of nutritional value. The cultivable freshwater and marine water food fishes are highly nutritious, rich source of animal proteins and are easily digestible. For this purpose, they have a major requirement in food market. They are rich in essential amino acids such as lysine and methionine, polysaturated fatty acid, that is shortly known as PUFA, then minerals like calcium, phosphorus, iron, sodium, potassium and magnesium. Generally, the cultivable freshwater and marine food fishes are highly nutritious. They also consist of fat soluble vitamins A, D and water soluble B complex vitamins like pyridoxine, cyanocobalamin and niacin. The fishes are highly required in food market due to their nutritional value. The Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, which is shortly known as CMFRI, was established by the Government of India in 1947 at Cochin, Kerala state. Its main focus on marine fisheries, landings, research on taxonomy and bioeconomic characteristics of marine organisms. This institute was mainly established to carry out the research about the marine organisms, which includes fishes also. Then the Central Institute of Brackish Water Aquaculture, that is shortly known as CIBA. The brackish water means the salinity of that water will be very high. It was established in 1987 with its headquarters at Chennai. The objective of CIBA is management of sustainable culture system for finfish and shellfish in brackish water. This institute studied about the culture system of finfish and shellfish in mainly brackish water. CIBA assists small aquafarmers in finfish and shrimp farming by providing sustainable modern technologies. They also supporting the aquafarmers by providing sustainable modern technologies to the farmers who carried out the finfish and shrimp farming. Thank you.